There is a lot of uncertainty in life. You could be here today and gone tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to get rich off your lotto winnings or be bankrupted by the fuel price. But there is also a lot of certainty, so as sure as Monday turns into Tuesday, and as sure as you can't trust a politician, you know that once a year, Mini will release a new model. This year, that time is now, and the model is the Paceman. Bigger than most, but still slightly smaller than the Countryman, the Paceman is yet another remix of the Mini recipe. Straight off the line, I'm happy to say that I don't think it is the prettiest one ever created, but then again, I'm outnumbered by people at the office who think our Mini Coupe long-termer is a good-looking car, which it isn't. A fact that I'm reminded of every time I arrive at RPM HQ and have to park next to it. Many are calling this their Sports Activity Coupe, which is what BMW call their X6. So it's bigger, it's got 4 individual seats and a streamlined shape. From the back, it is the least Mini-looking Mini you can get, but its bigger dimensions means it wears its coupe design a lot better than that other Mini parked at our office. It looks more together, but it still wouldn't be my first choice. With its sloping roofline and bulging rear lights, it has elements that get your attention, and once your gaze is fixed on its tailgate, you're likely to never forget its name, thanks to the unsubtle Paceman lettering across its rump. If you're familiar with a Mini interior, there's really nothing to get excited about in here. Speedo is in the same place. Spec and materials are about what you'd expect. In fact, about the most interesting thing they've done is move the controls for the electric windows from the center console to the door. Really, the only things worth talking about in here are all in the back. Because it's a coupe, it's got 2 individual rear seats and a really tiny rear windscreen. Not that the tiny windscreen is likely to bug your rear passengers, but it's not the most user-friendly thing for the driver. Space in the back is cozy, and anyone above average height is bound to get a head massage from the roof lining. The center rail with its clip-on cup holders is something different, and at night it glows in your choice of interior lighting color. With the bigger body shell comes more interior space, especially noticeable in front. The double sunroof, cruise control and park distance control are options, but the standard spec is decent and includes aircon, Bluetooth and USB connection. The boot seems on the small side, but it does hold a surprising amount. If you're a purist, you might not be too happy with the whole resurrection of the Mini name and then spawning of a whole bunch of variations that don't really stay true to that original. But if Mini are going to survive, they have to make money, and you do that by making cars that appeal to as many people as possible. But you have to give their engineers credit. Every single one of the models they've made, regardless of size or door count or power, feels every bit like a Mini. From the entry-level one to the big Countryman JCW, there's no mistaking the feel of Mini. They may behave slightly differently, but there's an underlying similarity to all of them that tells you they're related in a genetic way. Although in the Paceman's case, there are some shared organs as well. Since the second coming of Mini, they've stayed faithful to their 1600 turbo petrol motor, so it's no surprise that that's what this is. Power has been up to 135 kilowatts and you get 260 newton meters on overboost for an 0 to 100 time of 7.5 seconds and a top speed of 217. But really, the figures never do this motor any justice. It doesn't matter what model they put it in, it always feels fantastic. Instant and always willing, it's the engine that keeps on giving. If you want to get off the line in a hurry or you need an extra boost for an overtake, that's what you get, and everything is a little sharper in sport mode. There's one big difference between this car and the others in its family though. This is the sensible one. It isn't just a bigger car physically, it feels bigger, and by that I mean more grown up. It's still got a great motor and entertaining handling, but without the apparent torque steer or the aggression. So it's still fun, just less hooligan. It's smoother, it's easier to get to grips with, and it doesn't try and rip your arms out of your shoulder sockets with torque steer when you decide to blast off instead of just pull off. Like all Minis though, once you're going, it's grippy and immediate, with a snappy gear shift and quick accurate steering. It's a car that does its best to please the driver by providing a satisfying drive. The Mini Paceman might not be what you think. Despite its coupeness and its lack of a rear bench seat and the fact that it's called a Paceman, it is one of the most refined Minis you can buy. It's still a lot of fun with true Mini character, but compared to other Minis, it's just got a little bit more space and a little less aggression. Mini's much-tried 1600 turbo is in the Cooper S Paceman with an impressive 135 kilowatts. It is every bit as good as any other Mini, despite the added weight. The Mini force is strong with this one, and it delivers a drive that's more subdued but no less enjoyable than other family members. Still not entirely convinced by the styling though.